I was on a call with a client earlier today, and we were having a conversation very much like I have with many of my clients. And that had to do with the dance of the masculine and feminine. Now, I'm not talking about gender, and we're not talking about, sexual preferences. We are talking about qualities of energy. And, all of my work, and of course, scientists have proven at this point that everything is energy. Now, there are two distinct qualities of energy. And if you go back and you look to ancient times and you look to the Far East where there's that Tai Chi, the yin yang symbol that we're all so familiar with, that is representing these two qualities. And they are never separate. There's always a little of one within the other. And every single person on the planet also has both of those energetic qualities. But here's what's interesting, and here's what happens. When women who have been in what I have called the masculinization of women, where women have been running their masculine energy through their bodies, through their mind, through their emotion, through their life experiences day in and day out for decades, when women who have been in that space end up discovering and cultivating and beginning to embody their feminine energy, there can be a real dichotomy that occurs. Because once you've been so far swung over to one side, and then you swing all the way far to the other side, it can feel actually really good, particularly if you're somebody coming from the masculine all the way over to the feminine. It can feel really yummy, it can feel really juicy, and it can feel a little confusing because all of a sudden there's less interest in booting up, gearing up, like driving that masculine force through your energy, your psyche, your emotions again. But then if we don't use our masculine energy, nothing happens. Nothing. And all of you moms out there know, if you ain't tapping into your masculine energy, like the kids ain't getting fed, nobody's getting a bath or a shower, nobody's getting clothed, it's like, where's the lunch? I don't know. I mean, if you're a mom, you are required to utilize a lot of your masculine energy. And when, if you are newer to this embodiment and connecting to your feminine, if you are a woman out there who has been so far into her masculine and now you are coming into your feminine, I want to remind you that all of it is a beautiful process. The analogy that I shared on the call today with my client, the analogy I shared is like this. You're driving on the freeway, you're going to point A to point B, you're moving, things are going pretty fast, your car, you're in control of your car, it's all good, but now you're coming to your off-ramp. And so you're gonna have to start the transition to move over and get to that off-ramp, and now you're gonna slow down a little bit, get off the ramp there, and now you're going to be on city streets, or maybe you'll be on a country road, or maybe you'll be driving up the coast at that point. But that drive is a little bit slower. It's a little more easeful, unless you're in LA traffic, but you get the gist, right? So you've transitioned onto the streets. And then there's going to be a point when you're going to finish up your time on the streets or on that beautiful drive up the coast or on the country road, and you're going to transition and get onto the on-ramp to get back on the freeway, right? So it is literally about learning to navigate, hey ho, it's learning to navigate the ins and outs, the flow between your masculine and your feminine. And when you begin to get really nimble with it, when you begin to get super comfortable with that, you always are going to have your mojo intact. And is it always going to be comfortable? No. I think you know by now I'm never going to bullshit you, right? It's like sometimes it's deeply uncomfortable, especially when you've been having this like juicy, delicious time and you're just all kind of fluffed out and splayed out energetically, and then you got to go kind of balls to the wall, or ovum to the wall, I should say, and get into a project, right? Or go out and have a meeting, or take care of the kids, or whatever it might be. It can be uncomfortable. However, it can be a lot more pleasurable when you learn the tools to be able to navigate back and forth. And this dance is never going to go away.